Hi guys, and welcome back to another video where today we're going to be predicting the scores of week 34 of the 2018-2019 Premier League season. But before we get started, as usual, let's have a quick look back at how well we got on last week and game week 32 part 2.
So for week 32 part 2 I had 6 points with 4 correct results and 1 perfect score, with that being Man City to correctly beat Cardiff 2-0.
Yeah, and for myself I just had 3 correct results out of those 5 matches, which gives me 3 points. Looking in the comment section, top scorer for week 32 part 2 was David Redgrift, who's on a bit of a roll at the moment, had 8 points. So David, congratulations on that score and being a regular on the show at the moment. Looking at week 33, Nathan?
Well, week 33, absolute disaster. I only had 2 correct results and no perfect scores, so that puts me on 2 points. That's pathetic.
And in the FA Cup?
And in the FA Cup, I had 1 correct, that being the Man City Brighton game, and then I had 1 wrong with Watford beating Wolves, where I put Wolves win.
Yeah, unlucky there. For myself, I only had 3 correct results, no perfect scores, so I only had 3 points in game week 33. But for the FA Cup, I had both results correct, and I actually called that Watford would win in extra time over Wolves. However, I went for the 2-1 scoreline. So, but yeah, once again in the comment section, we had Shane O'Donnell with 9 points and Photios Pangilopatopoulos as well in there with another 9 points. So Shane and Photios, congratulations for those scores.
Overall for the season, NWM 230. BBL 247.
For those of you who are playing along in the Fantasy Football League, here is the top 10. And as you can see, there's a new leader at the top of the board, and that is City Centurions FC, managed by Nick Fox, taken over from Sorry Not Sorry. And actually, Nick Fox, manager of City Centurions, gained the top score of the week with a magnificent score of 92 points. Now currently on 2,054. 10 points ahead of Sorry Not Sorry. Nathan, last week you came away with 62 points. You're now currently in 31st position and a grand total of 1,837 points. Myself, I had a disaster of a week. I had 33 points for the week, find myself in 36th position, 1,825 points overall. But what happened was, Friday evening, there I was, 5 to 7, tried to get my team in, and what happens, the time expires and I totally missed the deadline. So my team was riddled with players who were playing in the FA Cup that weekend, but never mind, I'll learn from that, and I think there is a match on Friday evening, so I'm gonna have to get my team sorted before that. But enough of that, let's just crack on and kick on and predict some scores.
Okay, so first up we have Leicester versus Newcastle at the King Power. Now, Leicester really turned things around under Brenda, of course. Newcastle pretty much safe, I'd say now, to be honest.
Maybe, maybe not.
They're still not 100% safe yet, but they are pretty much there. It's just they need to pick up a few points just to confirm that, and I think by beating Leicester that they would pretty much confirm safety. But to be honest, Leicester playing at home, likes of Vardy, Jamie Vardy's on fire. Their squads, they are on fire at the moment. How many games? They've won their last 5 games. They're doing really well. I think it's going to be a 2-1 win to Leicester.
Yeah, I agree. I think Leicester's going to win this match. This takes place on Friday evening, of course, so I'll probably watch this game. Leicester, as you said, I think they've won 5 out of their last 6 matches. Scoring goals as well. I think they've scored at least 2 goals in all those games as well. So Newcastle haven't actually won away in the league, and I think they've only won twice this whole season, but the last time they won away was on the 15th of December. So away from home, even though defensively they're fairly solid, I don't think they're going to get anything out of this game, and I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for the Foxes, and Brenda is going to keep at that good run, I feel. Okay, next up on Saturday lunchtime, we've got Spurs against Huddersfield. This will be Spurs' 3rd match on a trot that they played in their new ground, and it does look a magnificent stadium from what I've seen on the TV. Coming up against Huddersfield, we all know that they're down. Against Manchester City in the Champions League, we'll round up this on the weekend. There should be another Champions League predictions video. Hopefully you'll be in this one, because you missed the last one.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go for a straightforward 3-0 victory to Spurs in this one, even though it looks like Harry Kane is possibly out for the rest of the season. Dele Alli as well, he went off, didn't look good in that Champions League victory over Manchester City. So firepower wise, who are they going to have? Llorente come in? Maybe, I don't know, Lucas Moura, that sort of thing. But Son, when Kane was out last time, he came in and filled Kane's boots admirably. So I'm going to go for a 3-0 win for Spurs in this one. Yeah,
I've gone exactly the same as you. Personally, I think that Son might just play on his own up front with Eriksen, with the likes of Eriksen behind him. I think that system will work really well. Huddersfield, they're relegated. They might start an experiment as they close out the season. But standard 3-0 victory for Spurs. Absolute fortress there by the looks of things. So I don't think they're going to lose anytime soon at their new ground.
Yeah, it is sort of a new ground bounce at the moment. And they must have one eye as well on next, is it Tuesday or Wednesday's return leg up at Manchester City. So whether they risk all their players in this one, I don't know. But I'm going to go for a 3-0 victory. Maybe that's a goal too much, but 3-0 for me. 2 and 3-0 for you as well.
Next up we have Brighton versus Bournemouth. Now Brighton sort of in a danger zone at the moment. They've got, I think, a tricky run coming up as well. Got some difficult fixtures coming up against a Bournemouth side who are in absolute free fall.
This isn't a difficult one for them, I don't think so.
No, it isn't. I think it's going to be a really close game. I think it's going to be stalemate. I really think it's going to be stalemate. Bournemouth, they've only won once in their last 6 matches, getting the odd draw here and there, but it's not good for them at all. And then, of course, Brighton needs to pick up the points in order to stay up. But I think it's going to be 1-1.
Yeah, tricky match to call this one. However, Bournemouth, terrible form at the moment. 1 win in 9, terrible. Coming up last week against Burnley, I think they took the lead in that, and then they lost 3-1. That terrible to concede at home against a team that is, lowering the table. But of course, Burnley, I think that's 2 matches on the trot that they've won, and they want to secure their Premier League future for next season. But in this match, I think Brighton, they're going to be totally focused. Unfortunately, they went out against Manchester City in the FA Cup semi-final, put on a real good performance, and I think that performance is going to carry them through into this match as well. And I can see them running out 2-1 winners. I was going to say 2-0, but I think they will concede in this match because there's a little bit of a derby there as well. So I'm going for 2-1 to Brighton. Next up, we got Burnley against Cardiff. Now, I've been thinking about this match. First of all, I think it's going to be, it is going to be a very tight game. The way Burnley have been playing, they want to secure their Premier League status as well. However, Warnock is going to have his troops fired up massively this week. They played really well in their last, it was probably men against boys against Manchester City. Didn't look, mentally they weren't going to win that match. It was only 2-0, and they could have, if Niasse threw on goal, should have done a lot better, and it would have been 2-1 then. However, prior to that, Chelsea robbed. We've gone into that in previous videos. And before that, West Ham made a very good win. So I think Cardiff are going to go up to Burnley. It is a long way to travel, but they'll be flying up. And they're going to carve out a 2-1 win and give hope to Cardiff City fans. I'm not being biased. I was thinking of 1-1, but I'm going to go for 2-1 to Cardiff in this match.
Yeah, I've gone exactly the same as you. We have to win this match 100% if we're going to stay up. If we don't win if we lose this one,
then could be courteous, especially if Brighton win, as I've predicted.
If Brighton and Southampton win, then we're pretty much finished this season. But if we win, fantastic. There is hope if we do.
Yeah, but Liverpool's coming up, and I got this sneaky feeling that Cardiff's going to do something against Liverpool.
I think
even though that Cardiff haven't done anything against the top 6 all season, really.
Well, that could change really against Liverpool, but standard 2-1 victory. We're looking good at the moment. I think the momentum is going to keep going.
But Burnley looking okay as well. So.
Exactly. Next up, we have already relegated Fulham against Everton. Now Fulham, dreadful. Where do we start? When was the last time they won a match?
Well, they've lost their last 6 at least. Let's have a quick look. It was way back on 29th of January where they beat Brighton 4-2.
That's interesting. That, and then before that it was December again. So
Okay. Well, no, November. Oh no, it was December, 29th of December against Huddersfield.
So it's really not good for them. I can't see them winning another match this season, to be honest. Going up against an Everton side, starting to turn things around after they had that bit of a patchy run. They did well. I think they've got 3 on the bounce now, I believe. So starting to build momentum, maybe push for Europe as well. Yeah, I think this is going to be Everton's game. It's just by how many, and I've gone for a 2-0 away victory at Craven Cottage.
Yeah, I've gone exactly the same as you, Nathan. I've gone for a 2-0 win to the Toffees as well. Fulham, they're down, as we know. Okay,
Scott Parker,
Yeah, Scott Parker has kind of shored things up a little bit, but they're still losing matches. They do look a little better under him than Ranieri, but unfortunately they haven't had anything to show for it. Standard 2-0 win for Everton in this one. However, I'm looking at Leicester, Wolves, Everton and Watford all vying for that 7th position.
Yeah.
And I think it could be a bit of a poison chalice to anybody who finishes 7th, because they'll have Europa sort of qualifying to... And
that's only providing if Watford lose the FA Cup final.
Which more than likely they will against Manchester City.
Which means they'll go to the 7th place team. So
which I don't think any of them who are looking to build for next season would want, especially Leicester, you could say, because they won a full pre-season under Brendan, who can bring some more players in. So it's a bit of a difficult one. Those 4 positions vying for that 7th finish in the Premier League table, but we'll come to that again, I'm sure. Next up, we've got Southampton against Wolves. Southampton looking really good at the moment. Unlucky kind of against Liverpool last Friday evening. Playing well. Wolves, of course, going out in the semi-finals against Watford. Maybe is that going to have a bit of a blow on their confidence? I don't know, but I think they're going to find it tough against Southampton. I'm going to go for a 2-1 narrow win for the Saints down there on the south coast. It is a difficult one, because with Wolves, they'll play fantastic and then they'll lose, against the likes of Burnley. So it is difficult. This could go either way, but I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory for the Saints in this one.
Yeah, this could go either way as well, but Wolves' form in the league, terrible. They've only won 2 in their last 6 matches, I believe. But they're out of the cup now. Nuno is going to be playing his full team every week. Southampton starting to winning games here and there, but Wolves need the points if they want to get into Europe, which I believe some Wolves fans really want. I hear and stuff, so yeah, I think it's going to be 1-1 most of the match, but then I think Wolves... It's going to be a late Jimenez goal, I reckon. Maybe another Sin Cara mask, but 2-1 Wolves, I reckon, away from home. Next up, we have Man United versus West Ham. Now they're playing tonight, aren't they, against Barcelona?
Yep.
Will Ollie be able to keep keep the wheels on the bus, as they say,
or are they falling off?
Or will they fall off like he did when he was Cardiff manager? Absolutely terrible. That's all I can say.
Okay.
But yeah, coming up against the West Ham side. Many West Ham fans not happy. I was speaking to one today. Just need to pick up form, definitely. They want to push into the top 10. But Man United, if they lose tonight, then they're going to want to bounce back with a win, and I think that's going to happen. And I think it's going to be a 2-1 home win at Old Trafford to the Red Devils.
Yeah, I think Manchester United are going to win this one as well. I'm going to go for a straightforward 2-0 win for Manchester United. Okay, this is sort of bisecting their Champions League matches against Barcelona, so it's a tough one really on what team the Man United are going to play over these next, on the weekend, but I fully expect them to beat West Ham 2-0. Next up, we've got Crystal Palace against Manchester City. Crystal Palace not the best at home this season. Manchester City kind of a little bit of a stutter, you could say, in the FA Cup. They narrowly got through against Brighton, of course, and losing the first leg in the Champions League against Spurs. So I think they'll do fine against Crystal Palace. Is the season going to catch up with them? Because they're going, they're fighting all fronts. They have got a real good squad, but I'm just wondering what sort of side they're going to put out against Manchester City, but against Crystal Palace. Sorry, but yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for the Citizens in this match.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go 3-0 to be honest, mainly because of Palace's poor home form, and it's just Man City. They want to finish strong. Really, they have no reason to rest players at the moment. They do have Tottenham in the Champions League, so there might be some rotation here or there. It's like Jesus might play or something like that. But yeah, Man City Pep obviously wants them to win the Premier League. So, and if they win, of course, then they go above Liverpool. So, yeah, they really need to win every game now if they want to.
They've still got that game in hand as well, haven't they? So
exactly.
Fixtures piling up for Man City.
Just a little bit, yeah. So there might be a little stutter in there somewhere, but yeah, I reckon it's going to be a 3-0 Man City win. Next up, we have top of the table Liverpool going up against a Chelsea team who is starting to improve up to third position now. Won their last 3 matches. Well, should have been 2 because of that just dreadfulness at Cardiff. But Liverpool, it's going to be a Liverpool victory straight up. Anfield's way too strong. Will Chelsea score? No. I reckon it's going to be a 3-0 victory to Liverpool.
Interesting. Now I'm actually going to go for a draw in this one.
Oh really?
I know. It's. I think Chelsea have improved, and Hazard's looking amazing at the moment. I think it's going to be a little bit before this match. If Liverpool had only gained a 1-0 victory against Porto, then perhaps they'd have a lot of changes in there. But maybe I'm going to be wrong in this one. But I think I've got this feeling that Chelsea are going to go up there and draw. And I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw in this fixture. Next up on Monday we've got Watford against Arsenal on Monday Night Football, probably on Sky this. Arsenal away from home, not the best. Watford having a fantastic season, as we know about that superb victory in extra time over Wolves on the weekend. So I'm going to call this one a draw. I'm going to go 1-1. I think at home, under the lights, a great crowd behind the Hornets. I'm going for a 1-1 in this match. Arsenal looking a little bit vulnerable at the moment, I should say. So 1-1.
Like you said, Monday Night Football, under the lights. Watford been fantastic this season, like you said. However, their form recently in the Premier League hasn't been great. I think they've only won about 3 of their last 6 matches or something. So
Arsenal,
Watford.
Oh, Watford, yeah.
Yeah. So a bit of patchy form. Arsenal, terrible away, as you know. Haven't won, I think, since December away.
Not too sure on that.
Well, they haven't won in a while away.
Well, it was 9th of February against Huddersfield. But prior to that, it was, I think it was against Bournemouth, if I can remember.
25th November.
Yeah, so
terrible away, like you said.
2nd December,
Yeah.
And for a top Champions League team, I thought they'd do better than that. So.
But yeah, I fancy Watford in this game, and I think it's going to be a 2-1 victory to Watford. And finally, we have another important match for the Bluebirds where we go away to Brighton. Now, this is quite a travel. This is quite far travelling for Cardiff, starting at Burnley and then going all the way to Brighton in a matter of 3 days, I believe. So yeah, really packed schedule for Cardiff. This is another must-win game, like I said a minute ago.
Yeah, definitely.
It's definitely a winnable one with Cardiff's form, and I think if Warnock puts out the correct team and we don't have any further injuries, then I think it's going to be a 2-1 victory to the Bluebirds.
Yeah, I agree. It is going to be a very tough match. If Brighton win on the weekend against Bournemouth, like I predicted there, and then they beat Cardiff, they're definitely safe. But I think Cardiff are going to be well up for this one again. It is going to be a great atmosphere down there on the south coast, but I think my heart is probably going to rule my head in this one, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory as well to the Bluebirds. It's going to be tight as well, and I think Brighton were a little bit aggrieved at that Sol Bamba goal earlier in the season, which some people say is offside, some people don't.
Debatable. Well, he was knocked on from the defender, so technically
was it?
Well, technically, I'm going to say it wasn't offside.
By the by, we complain about the Chelsea goal.
Yeah, but that was clear. That was a clear one, though. So
all right, we'll see. But it promises to be a good game, and I'm going to go for a narrow 2-1 victory to the Bluebirds. So that concludes our predictions for week 34 of the 2018-2019 Premier League season. As usual, I'm going to leave a template of the fixtures in the description. All you need to do, as usual, is copy and paste them into your comment. And like the likes of David Redgrift, Shane O'Donnell and Photius Papadopoulos, you can
Got it there, yeah.
You can get a shout out in the next video. Now, hopefully, this weekend we'll do the second leg of the Champions League if we've got enough time. Hopefully we will. But apart from that, is there anything you'd like to add, Nathan, before we go?
Yeah, sub to my channel, link in the description below.
Superb. Enjoy the football over the weekend. There's a lot of it, as usual. I'm off now. Edit the video. Watch a bit of Champions League. Don't know how Man United, Barcelona's going to get on. I've gone for a Barcelona 1-0 victory, so see how it goes. But so once again, thanks for watching. Leave a like, all that jazz, and we'll see you in the next video.
Cheers, guys.